and welcome to another Blox video. In this video, I'm ranking all the fighting styles that you can currently find in the game. This is to show the more new players of the game what the best fighting styles are and what you should aim for. Alright, I will have rankings and then the best and which fighting styles you should get for each PC. And let's get started with our rankings. But first, I will note that I will be ranking these fighting styles based on my own experience, and for fun, I'll add categories to judge: PvP, grind, traversal, and fun. For those of you who don't know what a fighting style is, a fighting style is one of 4 ways to deal damage in Blox to NPCs or players. Each fighting style differs in obtainment, damage, and abilities. The more you progress in Blox routes, the harder all of the combat styles and fighting styles will be harder to get. Some need materials to get, some need a high mastery on a previous version of it to unlock, and some need a specific quest in order to get it. At number 11, we have Combat, which is the first ever fighting style that you'll get. I give this number 11 because it only has 2 moves, unlike others which have 3 and 4 moves, and it can be easily replaced by other fighting styles pretty early, and it's not really good with traversal, especially if at that point you'll have a Devil Fruit or Blox Fruit, which doesn't allow you to swim in water. At number 10, we have Dark Step, which is much better than Combat. It's easy to learn and use, and reliable until you eventually upgrade it. Its moves, all of its moves are able to hit multiple targets, and it has a special 4th move, unlike most other fighting styles. The X and C move of it have good stun, especially if an enemy is caught in it, and the Overheat ability, which is the special V move, gives a lot of damage, especially useful in grinding and fighting. At number 9, we have Dragon Breath. Even though you buy it in second C, its moves aren't really the best, especially with the C move, which does good damage and it's really good knockback, but it also loses its points for the long start period. The Z move though has a lot of traversal potential since it boosts you twice forward, but in PvP it isn't really the best. Moving on to number 8, which is a serious improvement over Dragon Breath, we have the Electric Fighting style. All moves can deal damage to multiple targets, and it is easy to grind with, although in PvP without a good stun, the Z move is hard to land a proper hit with. Although it's still pretty good in general, and it's really easy to get if you save up your money. This, in my opinion, is the best first C fighting style that you can get. At number 7, we have Water Kung Fu. You can get it in first C after a while of saving and grinding your money. The C move is the only one that can be used for traversal uses, but even with that, all the moves do good damage, and it's really good for PvP and grinding. It's also really fun to just splash people with water because it's water. At number 6, we have Dragon Talon, and Dragon Talon is our first V2 fighting style on our list of rankings. It's the upgraded version of Dragon Breath from the second C. It takes the cake on PvP with its moves dealing great damage, and it's really fun to use. Although, like most, it only has one traversal move, which is the Z move. It has a bit of knockback though, which makes grinding a bit harder, but it's much better than Dragon Breath. Starting off with our top 5, we have Death Step. Death Step gets a perfect score in grinding, since all moves can do damage to multiple targets, have area effect, and with the maximum overheat, which is another special V move, makes fire in every attack that you do. The Z move has amazing traversal potential, especially because it launches you incredibly far, and it's probably my favorite out of the V2s. Never mind what I said about Death Step. Here we have Sharkman Karate. Sharkman Karate is amazing with its power and damage, with good PvP potential and good grinding capabilities. It's fun, and the Z move, similar to Death Step like before, is very good because it launches you quite far.
Audio Jungle.
Finally, we're at the top 3. E-Claw, which is the third of the top 3, is amazing for PvP and combos. The best part of it is its traversal potential, since it almost can be used for traversal uses, and even the tap move can keep you floating for a while waiting for your moves to cool down. It also has a lot of combo potential, along with stun and damage, and it's really good for PvP and grind. At number 2, we have Superhuman. Superhuman is probably the best of the V2 fighting styles in my opinion. It's amazing at damage, combo potential, and for grinding. It may be hard to get though because of its high requirements, which are 300 mastery and all V1 fighting styles, aside from combat, 5 million berries, which is the game's currency, and 5,000 frags. But aside from that, the damage and combo potential is great and stacks a lot of damage, late game and mid game. Finally, at number 1, God Human. If you're a veteran player, then you've probably heard of this. This is probably, in my opinion, the best one because of its good scoring and everything about it. It is the hardest, and when I mean hardest style to obtain, needing 400 mastery on all V2 fighting styles, 5 million berries again, 5,000 fragments, and a bunch of materials which you can find around the map by killing NPCs. It has amazing damage and combo potential. It's also very fun and good for grinding. Alright, now that we're done with the rankings, let's see all the best fighting styles for each C. For the first C, the best fighting style is Water Kung Fu, which you can find in the Underwater City. For second C, the best is Superhuman, which you can buy by getting 300 mastery on all V1 fighting styles. Then, you can find it in the Snow Mountain. For the third C, it's actually two options, E-Claw and God-Human. E-Claw, you can buy in Floating Turtle by doing a quest, and then buying it for 5 million berries and 5k frags. God-Human, which is the number 1 spot on our rankings, needs the materials, the 400 mastery and all V2 fighting styles, and you can buy it in a secret room in a tree. Alright, I think that's it. This is my rankings on all the fighting styles and Blox routes, for now at least. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if this helps you. I'll see you all next time, but make sure to like and subscribe. See ya!